Hey, future me popping in to give a little bit of context. This is Zuri, talk yarny to me, etc., etc. So the video you're about to watch is from last Thursday. That would be Thursday the something. I don't know. 7th, 8th, 9th? Last Thursday. Today is Wednesday the 15th. Last Thursday, my internet went out in the middle of the day, and then so I made this video that you're about to watch, thinking that it would be restored, by the next day. Of course, it snowed, and then when I finally got someone to come in on Sunday, the issue was not in my house. It was with our fiber, like out by our main box. Apparently, they said a squirrel. They said a squirrel chewed it or something, but I think the power company nicked it because they were working on the box like right when my power went out. So, my internet went out. So they had to get another ticket open with like their techs to come find the fiber cut. And then once they found it, the guy had to come back today and actually fix it. So finally it came back today, Wednesday. So I am going to edit that video and upload it, but half of what's in there is outdated. So I'm going to talk about the dress I made, which I already talked about, but this goes a little bit more in depth. I'm going to talk about last year. And I don't remember what else I'm talking about. But anyway, that's just a little context because it's like older. And then later on today or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to do another video with some fresher info. Anyway, that's it. Bye-bye. Or not bye-bye. See you in seconds. Bye. Hello, everybody. Hang on. Let me take these out. There we go. Now I can hear myself. Hello, everybody. You found Talk Yarny to me. My name is Zuri. Thank you for joining me. I'll be talking yarny with you for a bit. I am really close. I realized in my last video, I sit very close to the camera. So I'm going to try to consciously scoot back. Anyway, I'm here to show you the final reveal of this. This is my sweater dress that I made based on Marley Bird's My First Knit Sweater pattern. In my last video, I showed you where I finished all the parts and I had this seam it together. That was on Monday. Today is Thursday the 10th, and I just finished seaming them together. I actually seamed them together yesterday, but there were some issues that had to be addressed. So some things had to be taken out and redone. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna stand up. You guys ready? Close your eyes. Or you don't have to close your eyes, but here we go. Actually, I have to back way up if you actually see it. Let's see, if I go over here, I'm gonna go over here. That's my fireplace. Okay, here we go. Can you see me? I know, now I'm really far away, but this is the best I can do. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right, I'm gonna come back and sit down. Okay, so let's talk about it. I'm gonna sit down, but I'm probably have to get back up to show you some things. All right, so I seamed this together yesterday. All right, so I'll show you. Let me back up a little bit again. So from here up is Marley Bird's pattern, about here to up, right? All this down here, all the way down here is me. Let me just leave you here for now. And the only thing I changed for this part was that I did a little bit of shaping in here to bring it in so it wouldn't be like, because I think the original pattern was supposed to be super oversized. So the bottom part, until I decreased for like a waistline, is in the, I want to say extra large sizing. No, large. In the large sizing. So I decreased, and then when I was coming back out, I only came back out to about where the medium sizing, goes to, right? And that's just because, like I said, I didn't want it super oversized. So yeah, so this is a little bit of a mismatch. mishmash, whatever. And I measured like across my back, let my husband do it, and like the distance from back here down to like where my armholes would split, everything. Like I measured it and it's like, okay, that'll work. It'll be a little more fitted. When I seamed it together, okay, so one, if you ever see the picture, maybe I'll put the picture up, on the model, this part here comes to about here. So I underestimated, and I don't know why I did this, because I know I have broad shoulders. I underestimated the broadness of my shoulders. And it's my undershirt. So this only comes to about here on me. And so the arm length that I made was based on the shoulders coming down to here. So I think you go to about 16 for the size I made. You go to about a 16 inches from the cuff, 16 and 3/4 inches, I think, from the cuff to where you're gonna attach it, which hits me right about here. So obviously I had to attach it here instead. This is where we had issues yesterday. So I was like, okay, well, it'll just be a 3/4 length or something like that. So I went ahead and sewed it on, I attached them. Problem is that I don't know how, maybe I miscalculated somehow, but the circumference of the sleeve was much smaller than the circumference of the armhole. And so I kind of like did a little fidgeting to make it like, them fit together. But what that did is that kind of really pulled the armholes up, but it also pulled this out about a lot. And so pretty much it fit me like this, like choking me like that. And so it just was not gonna work. So the toes were still too small, too short to fit me at the shoulder here. And it was like, ugh. So today, well, started yesterday, I took the arms off, and and part of the problem I think also was because when I cast off, and I wish I had done it, like the same problem here too. When I cast off, I did the regular, like kind of common cast off you learn, like just knit one, knit the next one, and then bring the first one over, if you know about knitting. And it's not a very stretchy cast off, right? And so I wish this was a little stretchier too, because even now it still hits me kind of higher up here than I like, and I wish it was had a little more give, but that's fine. So I cast off the armholes the same way, and there's just no give to them. So that means that it just pulled in so I cast off the arms the same way, and it just pulled in the armholes. So when I redid it, I took off the cast off. I knit about 6 or 7 more inches. I knit it until about 23.5 inches. And then I cast off, but I did a stretchy cast off so that it's got a little more room to play when you put these together. So that gives me, it's just way more better. Like I'm not, so it's great. The arms are still just a tad bit tight. I think in this case, it's the actual armhole of the dress is probably a little bit smaller than it should be. It's not the sleeve anymore, but it's the actual armhole of the dress, but I'm not taking it off again. So we're good. I don't know, maybe it's the sleeve, because when I wear it, like after I took the arms off, I put it on like just the dress without it, and it was like the arms were at a perfect spot, like everything was perfect. The sleeve, the neck was not really pulled in as much as it is, so probably the sleeves could have been still a tad bit wider, but it is what it is. I didn't want to end up making them. I would have to make them, well, I increased a bit. Yeah, I probably could have made them a little bit wider, but either way, I think we're in a good place, and I like it. It fits great. I'm not the best seamer, so here are my seams. Hold on. Right here. This one looks good. These look pretty good. The arms are good. The seams on the side are not great. I'm not loving them. I'm not loving them at all. And then I got this little, so this right here is where I did the shaping. And for some reason on this side, the shaping lined up almost exactly. And then for some reason on this side, it didn't. I think it's just the way I was lining up the seams, like it just got off a little bit. So I ended up having to fudge it a little bit here to try to get the smallest part to match up, and it just causes just a little bit of bunching here. But that's fine. And yeah, but we're done with it. I really like it. The only thing I probably would change, besides just those little mistakes, is that I would do it in more than one color. I don't usually wear a lot of monochromatic clothing. And so me wearing like, and I don't wear even my dresses. This goes beyond, like just right here, just hits me at the knee, which is fine. But I usually wear dresses just above my knee. So to wear something like this long on me and also just all one color, and I don't wear a lot of long sleeve dresses either too. I'll wear like a tank top dress and I'll put a cardigan or something over it. And so I rarely ever wear one single color over my whole body. And so it feels weird on me. So I'm probably gonna go sometime this weekend and get me like a decorative belt, like one of those wider belts that they're not meant to go through a loop, they're just meant to go around you, just to break up the monotony of the color. But other than that, I love it. I'm really glad I finally did this. Can't wait to do something else. But yeah, this is like one thing checked off of the list, and it feels good to be done. I'm really excited. Yeah, so what do you guys think? I don't know, tell me what you think. I have not washed it yet, and I haven't blocked it yet. I didn't block it because it's acrylic, and I don't even have blocking boards that are big enough for something this long, and I just didn't feel like it. And I haven't washed it just because I haven't washed it. Now I'm a little afraid because it's such a fuzzy yarn. Like, I'm a little afraid of how it's gonna come out. Like I should probably, I mean, obviously that's something to have considered before, and I did consider it before, but I didn't consider it enough to change the yarn or to make a swatch. So we will just go on a prayer. I'm gonna probably wash it because I want to wear this to church on Sunday. So I'll probably wash it this weekend. Do we have enough laundry? I'll find a way. I'll make some laundry. Anyway, that's it. All right, so moving on from the dress, this hat, you saw the beginnings of this hat on Monday as well. And this hat is made out of Mandala Ombre in the color Tranquil. I showed you like a just basic beading I made with it, and I was mentioning that it just leaves so much, it's such a thin loose yarn that it leaves a lot of space in between the stitches. So I did a linked double crochet stitch, and I really like it. This one is actually, I'm gonna keep this one. It's very warm. I made it big to fit my hair. My hair's a mess, so you just have to excuse me, but here, I'll show you. It's big, much bigger than the ones I usually make. Like this is probably closer to my usual size, so much bigger. I did it for more increases, and I did it for more rows. I wore it just now to take the dogs out, and it's really cold, but it kept me really warm. The only thing I would probably change, and the only is that I would go one more row of single crochets, because I have 2 rows of single crochet here just to bring it in. I would probably do one more and decrease a little bit more, or decrease it. Oh, I don't remember. I decreased, but I would probably do one more row and decrease a little more, just because I love a snug fit around the ears. But I didn't do that just because you can see where it was like changing color. And I didn't want one like final row of just a new color. So I just went ahead and cast off, and then I made this one, which is a Red Heart Super Saver in soft navy, and then the like kind of reddish color from it. And then I made this one, which I really like, which is Red Heart Super Saver in soft navy, and like the orange color from this. And this used up pretty much all of it. I had like a yard maybe left. These really came out cute though. I really like these, both of these. This one, orange and blue, are my favorite, or not my favorite colors. They were my high school colors. So we did royal blue and orange, but it came out cute. I forget how much I like orange and blue together, but I like it. Yeah, and so these are my 3 hats I've done this week for my hat challenge. So if you remember, I didn't do one Monday. Well, I started this Monday, but I didn't finish it. Or did I start it? I talked to you about it, but I don't remember if I started it. I think I might have started it after I got off the video, or maybe I had already started. But regardless, I didn't finish it Monday, but I was already 2 ahead. So I was already 2 ahead from last week. So I had room, a little wiggle room. So I finished this one. I talked to you Monday or Tuesday. I made the video. Okay, so for one, I know you guys didn't see the video. I think I uploaded it today, which is Thursday. I made the video Monday. Yes. So I finished this on, must have started it on Tuesday, but I didn't finish it. And then I finished this on Wednesday. So I'm gonna count this as my Tuesday hat. And then I made both of these. Something. Either way, we'll just say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No. Yes. Thursday. Okay. There we go. So really I made this yesterday, but it counts for today. I'm actually gonna start another one today and probably finish it. Still working with the soft navy, and this is in this Craft Smart in the color, I think just gray. Yes, just gray, or soft plastic, either way. So I'll probably do something similar to this and just do probably the blue with a gray stripe, and then maybe just a gray with the blue stripe, and that should about finish off this. Maybe just doing the blue with the gray stripe will finish this off. Not sure. Either way, that'll finish this off, and that'll be my hat for today. So I'll still be a little bit ahead. I'll probably still be, it'll put me back to 2 ahead if I finish this one today. So we're doing good on that challenge. Now that I'm done with this, I still don't know what I'm gonna do next, like what I'm gonna start next. I don't have any other big projects, and I'm still kind of at a loss. I don't know. I need some help, guys. I think probably what I'm gonna do is start on my Ophelia Talks Little Black Dress using Bernat Softly Cotton yarn. Just because I already know what, like I already have the pattern picked out. It's something I know I want to make. I can't think of anything else that's out there that I know I want to make soon. Like, I know I want to do a cardigan with, I told you about it, this yarn that's on my chair there, but I haven't picked the cardigan yet, you know? Didn't I say I was going to sit back? I'm so close. I am so sorry. You guys see every pimple on my face when you guys watch me. I appreciate that. So, I don't know. I got that I can work on. Okay, so I know I want to do that. I don't know what cardigan I want to do. I do know what I want to do with this, and that is a diamond stitch blanket. So maybe I'll do this. This is something, but this is a bigger thing. This is going to take me some time. I had, but I can't remember now. I didn't write it down or keep any note. I know I wanted to do another fillet with this, or maybe I wanted to do the diamond with this, and no, definitely fillet with this. And I don't remember which fillet it was, but so I'll have to find it. Maybe, I don't know. But these are both gonna be blankets. They've both been sitting here next to my chair for weeks and I haven't touched them. So I do need to get on that. What else? My son saw some yarn in my room. These 2 balls of Hobby yarn. They're like the mega balls. You know, Hobby has the big mega balls, which have like over 1,000 meters, I think. And it's like a 3-weight. But I made a friend a baby blanket. It's like a blue and a green. I made her a baby blanket with it a couple of years ago, a few years ago. And it was a mosaic, so I kept having to switch colors and turn in the work, and they got hopelessly tangled up, and so they just been stuck in a cubby hole. And for a couple of years, just because I don't want to deal with untangling them, but I need to do it. And he saw them. He's like, "You can make me something out of that." And I was like, "Well, what would you want?" And he was like, "Maybe a sweater or a pillowcase." I think because I told him I would make him a pillow to match the blanket I made for him several years ago. And the yarn for that blanket is also in my room. So I'll do both. So maybe I'll go and try to find a sweater pattern. There's probably not enough. Well, there probably is enough actually to make a sweater from just those 2. Because there's a good amount left over. If there's not, I can order it because it's just the We Love yarn from Hobby, which is like you don't have to order a mega ball. You can order the smaller balls, or I'll find I'll find maybe a better blue and green to make him a sweater. But I think it'd probably not be bad because it's a worsted. not worsted, it's a 3-weight, which I think is perfect for a sweater here. Like even this is a 5-weight, it's a lighter 5, probably a thicker 4. Like the pattern is for a 4-weight sweater. I didn't check gauge, but I got pretty much the exact gauge, even though it's a 5-weight. And but it's heavy for where I live. Like this week in Atlanta, it's cold. It's actually supposed to snow tomorrow. So it's actually, I finished in perfect time, probably gonna have a cold weekend. And so, but then that's about when I can wear it, like the coldest time of winter, and I'm gonna have to put it away. So lighter weight yarns and stuff like are good for making wearables here in Atlanta, like 3-weight and below. So it'd probably be good. He said he wants a sweater. He used to love sweaters. Now that he picks his own clothes, like he doesn't really wear them that much at all. Like I stopped buying them for him, so I don't know if he'll wear it. But I'll make it. And so maybe I'll find something for that. Or maybe I'll just do the pillow because I have the yarn and I can just do the exact same pattern. I did the knitted 10-stitch blanket, so I'll just do it like 16 by 16 and make that. So maybe that's something I'll do to kind of cleanse my palette, because I'm just drawing blanks on what I can actually like really cast on and make. So maybe I'll do that. What else? I don't know. We'll have to think about it. So that's, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out what I end up doing. I'm sure I'll get a brilliant idea really soon. Okay, so the other thing we can talk about is my 2024. I almost said 2004, which to me was like 10 years ago. It's crazy. By 2024, a little bit of a recap. I don't have a whole lot of notes or anything about what I did last year, but I do have a lot of ball bands. So this is the ones I found. I feel like I have at least one other bag somewhere of ball bands or one other stash that I'm forgetting about, but I counted this up. This is 80 ball bands. Now, I went back to my video from last year where I kind of recapped, and last year I didn't collect ball bands all year. There's an alarm going off in my house somewhere. I bet it's my son's Alexa. I don't know why he sets alarms he doesn't need. He's not even here. He's at his dad's house this week. Hang on, I'll be right back. Crazy kid. Sorry about that. My son sets an alarm on his Alexa device to tell him, to remind him when it's time to go to bed. And then he goes to his dad's house and the alarm is going off, and then we hear it. And then I told her, I was like, Alexa, turn the alarm off or whatever. And our internet is actually out at my house. It went out in the middle of my workday, and I thought it was like a neighborhood thing because there were some like power trucks like up on the poles, around the neighborhood this afternoon. And I thought maybe they hit something, but then like my app on my phone and like all that were like telling me, oh, your service is down, and like telling me like to troubleshoot my router, which I did, and then nothing happened. So they're supposed to send somebody out tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be canceled. It's supposed to be from like between 12 and 4. I have a feeling it's going to be canceled because of the weather, but at least I have it scheduled. I don't know what, I have so much to do at work, and I work for Disney, so all of my coworkers, most of my coworkers are in LA, and so a lot of them are affected by the winds and the fires and stuff, and they're not letting us, like them, not us, but pretty much mandatory work from home for the last couple of days, unless it's like an emergency. Like my boss has to get permission from executives for us to like go in and do anything. So I think everyone's in. I know on Wednesday we had a few people out. We had like one of my bosses, a tree fell in his house. I know one of the coworkers that I had a meeting with, like she was out of power and she got evacuated. I mean, her power was out and she got evacuated. I know several people that have been evacuated or live really close to fires. I don't think anyone has directly been affected by the fires, but I know several people know people that have been directly affected. that I'll talk to you. So prayers for California, prayers for LA. I've been kind of like, you know, they're doing they have all their winds and their fire stuff, and then they're like, we have snow coming tomorrow, and I've been telling them like, yeah, by the time you guys are starting to like crawl out of your apocalypse, like we'll be starting ours over here, because when it snows in Atlanta, like everyone goes crazy. We usually lose power because the trees, like we have branches, like they're just not used to the extra weight of the snow and the ice, and they either drop big branches on the power lines or they fall themselves. There's always just chaos, like, you know, grocery stores are emptied out and streets are, you know, they already canceled schools, all this stuff. So we don't have internet, and so I was trying to tell Alexa to turn off the alarm, and for some reason she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand you, the internet is out. And I'm like, you don't need internet to turn off the alarm, but I just ended up unplugging her. I don't know, yeah. That was fun. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Talking about how I don't know what I'm gonna make next. Okay, but I do have some goals I want to talk about. I wrote them down. I've never taken notes for this before, but I took some notes. Okay, so yeah, these are that's what I was talking about. So these are my ball bands. There's 80 of them. Last year, I look back at the video I made last year because I remember counting them last year. I counted 69 or 70. And that's only probably for half the year because I didn't collect ball bands for the whole year. And so I don't know if I'm missing a whole stash of them or if I just used a lot less. Like, I know I did a few bigger projects instead of a lot of smaller ones. Like, you know, it's all in flux, you know? Or maybe I didn't, you know, maybe it still would have ended up, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Because, yeah, I don't know. But I did 80 this year. That's all I can tell you. So I think I'm gonna try to make I don't want to say goal, but I want to try to get to at least 100 skeins this year. So I think that's doable at the rate that I'm going, because I'm doing hats every day. And I think that's doable. I think it's very doable. I'll probably go over that. So I'm keeping track too. I got spreadsheets and everything. I love me a spreadsheet. So I'm gonna go for 80 this year. Not go for, but I mean, no, sorry, I did 80. I'm gonna hopefully get to 100 this year. I'm not gonna be like racing against the clock and checking the leaderboard every week. I don't think, maybe not. But we'll just hope we get there by the end of the year. Another goal we talked about is I want to do a hat a day, or at least a hat for every day. So by the end of the year, I want to have made 365 hats, the vast majority of which will be donated to various causes. I did a little hashtag for it, hashtag hat a day 2025 challenge, I think. I'll put it somewhere in the description or the title. I already forgot what it is, so it shows you how committed I am to hashtagging this and getting it out there. But if you want to join me, like I said last time, let me know. I know I had one person say in the comments of my last video that she's also learning to crochet for charity purposes, because choke crocheting is just so much faster than knitting. There's very few of the hats I make. If I sit down and I have a whole day to myself, I can knit a hat. If it's like a 4 weight or more, if I have the whole day. I'm down to like about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour for crocheting a hat. So, you know, it just uses up so much more. It's just faster, everything. So the vast majority of what I make this year, hat-wise, is going to be crochet. There are some knit hats I do want to make though. Like, this is what I have left. I will be making a hat out of this to go with my dress. So that's it. There's some new things I want to try this year. I mentioned them last time. I do want to try amigurumi. And I have a book, like Amigurumi Animals or something. It's in the car, buried under more yarn. So who knows if I'll dig it out. But I'll either use a book or I'll find some good beginner tutorials. But I would love to try amigurumi. I think I want to try it. I know a lot of people like to use blanket yarn, but I think I'm going to start off like the traditional with worsted weight and a very small hook. Just because for one, I have so much worsted weight. And I don't have any blanket yarn. So there's that. So I want to do that. I would love to do a Graphgan this year. And I bought months and months and months ago. I bought like the little bobbins even to like keep track of your yarn, and they've just been sitting there. I forgot to put this on the list, but I do want to do socks this year. So socks, no, that's knit socks. So that's a knit goal. Never knit socks before. I want to knit socks this year. And I don't remember if I mentioned this last time, but when I was at Joann last week one day, I found 2 balls of, so Big Twist now has sock yarn. I found 2 balls in the wrong bin. It was in a bin of like cotton, I think. I looked all over, I couldn't find any more, but it was like this really colorful, multicolored sock yarn. Like a one-way, it's wool, and they're like good sized balls. They're like probably like this size of like the 1 or 2 weight sock yarn. Whereas like Patton's Croy is like this size, you know? And I believe this only makes 1 sock, but I'm pretty sure that's enough. This is it. What was in that one was at least twice this, maybe even more, like probably 2.5 times this, 2 to 2.5 times this. So it would make 2 socks, I'm pretty sure. I did buy them, and I went looking for like some of the rest to see what else they had. But I couldn't find it. So I think that's something someone bought online and then returned to the store, and they just stuck it in a bin. I'm guessing, because I looked everywhere and I couldn't find them. This, I'm gonna probably, I think I did show you these, but I'm gonna probably actually use that to make myself a Musselburgh style hat. Not socks, but maybe I'll make socks with them. I was looking online to see like what other colors, like they had, like what other colors they had. They were all like variegated, because it was very similar to this, in like that it was like multicolored, though it had much smaller stripes, and yeah, it's much smaller stripes, and like not the same colors, but like the same idea, where it was like very multicolored. It would make like socks with like those thin stripes, you know. And so I want to make a hat with it. But I was looking online, and all of the ones I saw, it's called Big Twist something socks or something. All the ones I saw online were like, they had like 4 colors, and they were all variegated. But then I saw someone opening the Big Twist sock yarn today, and they got a solid color. So maybe there's more than one variety, and the one that I found only has variegated. I'm not sure. But I do want to do socks, but I'm gonna probably use these, start with these, because I do have 2 of these. Because I do want to make a hat with that one. I think it would make a really fun Musselburgh hat, and I can do 2 sides. And then what I have left, I might put aside and use for like heels and toes or something, like when I get to that point where I can feel confident like doing it like that. And I have actually have a whole bin, not a big one, but a smaller bin full of like sock yarns that I bought. But this is before I knew that sock yarns are better, like when you, or no, that most sock yarns that you buy will only make 1 sock. So I didn't know that at the time, so I bought like a lot of one-offs, thinking that they would make 2 socks, and then later on learned that they would only make 1, which is why I have not ever used them or tried them. There's a few that I know I do have 2 of them though. I'll have to go through and look though and see. And then if I don't have enough in any of the stuff I currently have, I know I have 2 of these, but I don't know if I have 2 of anything else. And so if I don't, then I'll buy some more, and I'll use those also maybe at some point for like heels and toes. Or I don't mind, I wear ankle socks most of the time, so I can make myself like shorty socks too. I think you can do 2 shorty socks with one of those. Anyway, so that's, I didn't write it down, but I just remember that I should. Here, let's just add that. Socks. This is also in no particular order. So I said amigurumi, Graphgan, socks. I would like, and this one's a way down, so I said no particular order, but this one actually is farther down on the list. I would like to try to learn like a stranded color work technique in knitting. I do know how to do mosaic, which I think is technically stranded color work, but like more of like your more intricate kind of Fair Isles and what's the other thing called? I don't remember, but stranded, something stranded kind of work. And you know, That's my cat's toy. He's playing with his toy. He was scared of it at first because it's like a bird that when he hits it, it like makes it tweets. And the first time he did it, it scared him. But I guess now he's less scared. That's further down on the list though. But I would like to learn it like that. And then I would like to this year get to the point where I can freehand a garment. Not sure, like doesn't matter what kind of garment, sweater, shirt, cardigan, something, but just like freehand it with like proper shaping and seaming if I need, you know, whatever, but you know, shorts, something. So I'd like to do at least one garment that I freehand of my own design. So that means I'm gonna have to practice and learn some other, like do a lot of other garment work, not a lot, but enough that I can like really understand the techniques. And then another goal is I just want to start rescuing some of my lighting. Is bad. My face is so in the shadows. I'm sorry. I guess that's why I usually sit way up here, but I've got some abandoned whips I need to start rescuing. So some of them are older, some of them are newer, some of them are in my room looking despondently at me every night as I go to bed. Like, you know, why don't you love me? And so I'm going to rescue them. I think I have the first one already picked out that I want to rescue, because it's something that I was making that is no longer gonna work for what I want to do with it. And so I have to repurpose it, and I think I know how. Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys about that another time. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I'm going to do my Duolingo lesson and go to bed before the owl starts taunting me. You guys, sorry, my nose is itching. I think I have cat hair in it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys like the dress. Thank you everyone that cheered me on. I'll take a good picture and maybe make it my thumbnail or put it in here somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be messing up my nose on camera. It's just like there's like just one rogue bit of fur or dust that is just killing me. So it's probably my cue to go. Thanks for everyone cheering me on. I'm so happy to be finished with this. I'm gonna do some good thinking about what I want to get into next. And if I don't think of anything, I'll just do some hats and cleanse my palette with them until I really come up with like a really great idea. All right, anyway, love you guys all. Have a great rest of your week. Probably it'll be, by the time you see this, it'll be the weekend, so enjoy your weekend. And have a great one. All right, bye-bye.